A special edition of Lumberjack Logic Live with some great breaking news because Judge Hannah Dugan, that's right, the gal, remember Milwaukee County, hide the illegal aliens? We got a freaking indictment. She's already been charged. Now she's got an indictment. So I'm going to get into this. It's really exciting because there's some little media surrounding this that you've got to hear because it's just awesome, folks. This is like, people, this is a big one, and we're continuing to move up. There's going to be charges filed against these people who obstructed in Newark, New Jersey. This is the kind of stuff. If we're going to get our country back, we have got to have indictments. We have got to have arrests. Folks, I'm so excited right now. I mean, I just kind of I was looking for like some good news today, like something. I mean, there's all kinds of good news, okay? I mean, with President Trump being over in Saudi Arabia, I'll talk a little bit about that. But as people are joining the stream, do me a favor, smash that like, chat in with where you're from. I'll mention my sponsor quick so we can get some more people on. We're at 371. We got to get this thing to over 500 pronto because this is awesome. And this is the kind of stuff we need to get fired up about. But folks, you guys know my sponsor, Birch Gold. Text Lumberjack to 989-898. Again, Lumberjack to 989-898 to get your free info kit on gold and silver. The real reset is coming. Gold has been overperforming the market. It's just, I am a big believer in gold and silver. I'm a big believer in real money. I'm a big believer in ending the Fed. I'd love to see that happen. But folks, go get yourself some physical, tangible gold and silver. You can even convert your retirement savings into physical, tangible gold and silver at Birch Gold. Text Lumberjack to 989-898. So here we go, folks. Hannah Dugan. Oh, gosh. In fact, here, I'm going to show you just so you know this isn't fake news, okay? I'm going to pull up the indictment here. I'm just going to show you. I'll read from this, but this is the actual indictment, okay? Hannah Dugan, and we're going to get into that. But I want to first share with you this morning at 8 a.m., the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel had ran this headline. Listen to this. Milwaukee Judge Hannah Dugan already faces a federal obstruction charge. So why indict her? Well, maybe, folks, because we need to really go after this one. Okay, something the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel and every other mainstream media, big town paper doesn't understand. We need to absolutely go after this with both barrels. People, they were locking up J6ers for 4 years with no trial. And then an illegal alien comes in the courtroom. She leads him out the back through the jury box to hide him to escape an ICE arrest. We have United States congresspeople and the mayor of Newark, New Jersey, obstructing and slamming their bodies into ICE agents because they're so concerned about illegal aliens. We have Democrat congressional leaders flying down to El Salvador to beg for the release of a known MS-13 gangbanger. I could go on and on and on with what's going on in this country right now and just how bad it is. But folks, this is huge. Okay, so the indictment just happened. This happened like 20 minutes ago. But here, I want to read from this Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel really quickly first. Milwaukee County Circuit Judge Hannah Dugan is facing federal charges for allegedly helping Eduardo Flores Ruiz, an undocumented immigrant from Mexico facing deportation, escape federal arrest. And I love how they're saying allegedly when all the facts, I mean, whatever. I guess, you got to say that allegedly because she hasn't actually been charged yet and you're innocent until proven guilty. I get all that. Okay, whatever. In a 13-page complaint, Dugan, 66, is accused of obstructing a U.S. agency in concealing Flores Ruiz, an undocumented immigrant from Mexico, to prevent his arrest. If you'll remember, other judges in Wisconsin said that they were going to now harbor, they weren't even going to bring trials up with illegal aliens if they had trials in their courtroom because they were so worried that ICE might come and take these people out of the country. Folks, the deportation efforts, everything I'm hearing from the Trump administration right now, the deportation efforts are ramping up bigger now than they were before. So you're going to see more and more and more of this, and you're probably going to see more of these leftist people. And I mean, remember Letitia James, Tishy, no one. I repeat, you said it multiple times. No one is above the law. No one's above the law, Tishy. Flores Ruiz faces 3 misdemeanor battery counts according to a criminal complaint. The case against Dugan may be brought before a federal grand jury as early as May 13th. It was brought today, May 13th. But if Dugan is already charged in federal court, why would she need to be indicted? Here are answers to that and other questions about Dugan's case in the federal justice system based on interviews with former prosecutors in Milwaukee. Why would Hannah Dugan be indicted? Under the U.S. Constitution, people prosecuted for a federal felony generally must be indicted by a grand jury. Dugan was arrested by the FBI on April 25th on a criminal complaint signed by a U.S. Magistrate Judge Stephen Dries. He also ruled that Dugan would not be detained as the case moves forward. Under the law, prosecutors have 30 days from initial appearance to present the case before the grand jury. Okay, so folks, a grand jury is just citizens, right? And I don't know what there's usually around 20 citizens or something. Well, here's actually here it is. If I read ahead, 16 to 23 citizens that investigates possible federal crimes and then votes on whether to indict someone on those crimes. The grand jury proceedings, of course, are not open to the public. Members of the grand jury hear from the prosecutor and possibly from witnesses, but not from the defense. A grand jury indicts based on the standard of probable cause, meaning there is reasonable basis to believe a crime has been committed. This is lower than the standard to convict, which is beyond a reasonable doubt. Folks, let me just ask here in the chat, please, again, smash that like. Let's get this good news out. But it's just hitting the thumbs up button. No big deal. But answer me this in the chat. Do you think, because everybody's been out there, I see all the comments everywhere, because, Republicans act like, the base acts like they're just, battered women or something, then we're going to charge. Okay, but let me ask you the question. How many of you believe that Hannah Dugan, now that she's been indicted by a grand jury, is going to be found guilty and actually face time? Hey, I see Sean Flanagan's in from Metro Atlanta, not Fulton County. How many of you guys think? How about a RICO charge? That'd be great. Actually, if you could link this together with other people, but I don't know if she acted alone or if it was actually a racketeering case. You have to actually build that whole case for a RICO charge. So some of them don't have face. Some of them are nope. Some of them are saying yes. So you guys have a wide variety of opinions on this. I think she's going to be, I think she's getting it. That's what I think. Okay. I mean, we're to a different level, folks. We are to a Justice Department that's actually seeking justice, not a Justice Department that's just trying to prosecute its political opponents. Okay. I see that. And this is why I get so upset when everybody just posts and does all these negative comments about Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, and Dan Bongino. Dan Bongino, remember, gave up millions of dollars a year. Millions of dollars a year. Okay? To understand this. I mean, do you know how much Dan Bongino's empire would make him? Minimally $20 million a year. He gave that all up to serve you as deputy director of the FBI. Okay? So stop with the whole attacking these people right now. Okay? We need to support them. Okay? All right. So some think it's not going to happen. Some do. If Dugan is indicted, which she was, that hearing would convert to a plea and arraignment, which generally means a brief hearing. Dugan would enter a plea, and then dates would be set in the case, including a trial date. The prosecutors would also estimate how many days they think the trial would last, which may give an indication of the complexity of the government's case. If Dugan is not indicted, which she was, okay, so it doesn't matter. The prosecutors must present evidence to demonstrate that, that's if she didn't go. Does the grand jury's vote need to be unanimous? No. To return an indictment, it must be at least 12. All right, let's go to here I'm going to read to you from the actual indictment now that we've got over 2,000 people on. Again, please smash that like, help get this out. But here it is, folks. This is the actual indictment. Okay, so again, I just want to show you that I am reading from the actual indictment just filed. Okay, here's what it says. United States of America, plaintiff versus Hannah C. Dugan, defendant, case number 25CR089. Count 1, the grand jury charges that on or about April 18th, 2025, in the state and Eastern District of Wisconsin, Hannah C. Dugan knowingly concealed EFR, a person for whose arrest a warrant and process had been issued under the provisions of a law of the United States, so as to prevent the discovery and arrest of EFR. After notice and knowledge of the fact that a warrant and process had been issued for the apprehension of EFR. That's his initials, okay? So, in violation of Title 18 United States Code Section 1071. So the federal grand jury has found that she did this, that she concealed, okay? Now, count 2. So here's the second count. The grand jury further charges that on or about April 18th, 2025, in the state and Eastern District of Wisconsin, Hannah C. Dugan did corruptly endeavor to influence, obstruct, and impede the due and proper administration of the law under which a pending proceeding was being had before a department and agency of the United States, namely the administrative arrest of EFR for the purpose of removal proceedings conducted by the United States Department of Homeland Security by committing affirmative acts to assist EFR to evade arrest, including, again, folks, this is right from the Darn Indictment. This has been found. If you can't smash like for this video, I don't know what you could smash like for, folks, because I'm telling you, we go big, we go small to big. These arrests are continuing to build, okay? And we're going to continue to see bigger arrests made. I cannot wait. Folks, Tish James is now under formal investigation by the Federal Bureau of Investigation, by the Department of Justice. Did you know that? Did you catch that news? I covered it a little bit ago. Okay? How many of you knew that? Tish James, formal investigation by the FBI. Okay? That's taking place too. So I believe that we are going to see more and better and bigger. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. Love to have some new subscribers on board. Okay, so assist. So she did all these things fraudulently, it says, did corruptly endeavor to influence, obstruct, and impede, okay? To evade arrest, including A, confronting members of a United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, task force, and falsely telling them they needed judicial warrant to effectuate the arrest of EFR. So she told the ICE task force falsely. So we know that she falsely told them that what she told this judge, the one who's supposed to administer the law, falsely told ICE, gave them bad information, telling them they needed a judicial warrant to effectuate the arrest of this dude. Upon learning that, they had an administrative warrant for his arrest, directing all identified members of the ICE task force to leave the location of the planned arrest, which was a public hallway outside of courtroom 615, and go to the chief judge's office. So she asked them to leave. You guys all remember this, right? Then C, addressing EFR's Milwaukee County Circuit Court criminal case off the record while ICE task force members were in the chief judge's office, directing this guy and his counsel to exit courtroom 615 through a non-public jury door, and advising the counsel of EFR that he could appear by Zoom for his next court date. In other words, he didn't have to come in because big bad ICE was going to get him. In violation of Title 18 United States Code Section 1505. 4-person signed it today, folks. This just broke. This is a big deal. So big, we need more of this. Folks, if you want a big deal, tomorrow, Hannah Dugan, Neil Weston, it's the judge in Milwaukee County, okay? But this is a big one. Tomorrow, I am doing a live, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Be there. I am going to give you a crazy court case that's taking place right now in Pennsylvania. It will happen on Thursday. I'm going to have the defendant in the case on the show tomorrow morning, and it will blow your ever-loving mind. It is a complete farce, but this is one of our election integrity warriors who has already defeated the state of Pennsylvania in court so badly. It's unreal, man. I'm just not going to say any more about it. You got to be here tomorrow morning. And if you guys didn't see what President Trump did in Saudi Arabia today, it was epic, folks. Donald Trump came out to God Bless America right in Saudi Arabia with the American flag banner waving behind him, all set up by the Saudi government and the royal family to honor President Trump. They gave him a standing ovation for all that he is doing. Elon Musk was there, and they signed a $600 billion deal to bring American enterprise to Saudi Arabia. Folks, Donald Trump is making deals everywhere he goes. It's peace deals. Okay, so look at what he did with India, Pakistan. Look at what's going to happen with Russia and Ukraine. Look at what he did in Israel, Hamas. Look at what he's done to get hostages released. He's done so many great things, folks. He's not even 4 months president. So keep fighting the good fight, folks. Smash the like on your way out. Please go check out my sponsor, Birch Gold. Text Lumberjack to 989898. And My Pillow, folks, those sheets, Giza sheets. If you don't have Giza sheets, man, I'm telling you, they'll change your life. And I'm not even kidding. It's Donald Trump's favorite product. He loves those sheets. My son can't even get out of bed because of those sheets. I'm telling you, he just says they're the greatest. They are, okay? So go check it out, mypillow.com/lumberjack. It is not on the main My Pillow page. It's not even there. You can call 1-800-586-2865 as well. 1-800-586-2865. We'll see you guys on the next episode, folks. Peace out.